Hey guys, this is Ben for In the Field Consultants. Today I want to talk here briefly about what we're doing here on our farm and with our situation here we have some rather mature grass. So a little context here, we'll flip the screen. A little context is the farm that we just purchased has been conventionally grazed, meaning cows have just been given a run of the whole grass paddock since spring, which is not the ideal grazing method. Obviously I think most of you are familiar with rotational grazing, so we're kind of in a situation here where this is the grass we're dealing with. If you look, it's fairly mature. There is a little bit of undergrowth, but the problem when cows are left to graze on grass continuously is they eat all the really nutritious plants. Like, you aren't seeing really any clover or any kind of those wonderful broadleaf, and there's a little bit of clover down in there. But most of the nutritional grass gets picked apart pretty hard by the cows, and then this tall stemmy stuff here just gets left and just becomes over mature. So we had a couple decisions to make here. One, we could go ahead and just put more cows on it and mob graze them very tightly to get this old dead grass off, which works to a degree when you're working with late lactation or dry beef cows. But if you're trying to graze for performance with a dairy cow or a beef animal you're trying to put adequate weight gains on, this is not high quality feed. I mean, this is pretty stemmy, junky stuff. So what we're doing here, kind of a radical experiment, we'll see how it works, is we're going through the field and we're mowing it down with our sickle bar mower. This is a I&J Sickle Mower. I will do a review of the mower here in the next couple of days because I know it's a mower some people will probably have questions about why we're using a sickle mower, number one, versus a disc mower. But anyway, what we're doing is we're trying to restart the biological cycle here on this pasture. So there's two ways to get your grass to regrowing. One, you graze it, or B, you mow it. So what we're doing is we're mowing it here kind of at a nice decent height. We're shooting for like 4 inches. The sickle bar mower is a little hard to get that height just right, but we're going ahead and we're going to cut this grass. It's the middle of May here, so we're still expecting some good moisture, and we got an inch of rain last night. Typically in the Shenandoah Valley, at least this part of the valley, you can expect decent moisture up until beginning of June, and then you kind of get dicey as the summer goes out. But while we still have good moisture, what we're doing is we're cutting this grass and we're causing it to restart. It'll also, the mowing of it will cause it to tiller. Now, some people would ask, well, why aren't you going to go ahead and bale this stuff up? Number one, these fields in particular are kind of the low fertility part. It's not the best fertility on our farm, so we're leaving the grass behind to act as a cover for the soil. It won't slow down the air grasses from growing. They'll still come along, but it'll kind of keep that soil covered, keep a lot of that biological life to keep on moving, and help retain moisture that we're getting here with these rains right now. But this will give us a way to restart the grass cycle and get high quality grass for our cows here in about 30 to 40 days, which will work with our grazing cycle. That's another factor that came into the decision here, was we're 30 to 40 days away before we could put cows up here anyway, which at that point this grass is even going to be more rank and more mature than it currently is. So it's kind of not a textbook grazer's way of managing grass, but we're having to work with the circumstances and situations we have this year. So we are trying this method here to try and kind of get this grass regrowing here and get pretty much second cut quality grass if you're looking from a hay perspective once the cows get back up here. So you can kind of see over on that field there, we did mow that for hay and took that all off, and that's kind of going to be in the same timetable, roughly a week ahead of this stuff as far as a regrowth goes. But anyway, just kind of an interesting management technique that we're trying here to control our grass. I'm not a huge fan of mowing all of the time. I believe very strongly in letting the animals do the work, but in this situation, I think this is probably the best management for what we're having to work with. So anyway, I hope you guys found this helpful, and if you have any questions or comments, please put them down below, and I will look forward to responding to them when I'm finished mowing the rest of this today. Have a good one.